Little People. Big world star Zach Roloff has been called out for allegedly snubbing his mother, Amy Roloff, on Mother's Day. Zach and Tori Roloff decided to exit the reality show, making Little People, Big World Season 25 their last. After tensions with his father, Matt Roloff, over selling the family farmhouse, Zach decided to pick up and move to Washington with his wife and kids. This move only made the rift between father and son larger and seemed to reach other family members. Tori Roloff is being accused of keeping her husband, Zach, away from his mother Amy on Mother's Day. Tori was slammed on social media via monsters and critics for potentially being the cause of Zach not spending Mother's Day with his mother Amy this year, and the comments on a recent Instagram post from Amy add fuel to the fire. In her post for Mother's Day, Amy shared photos with sons Jeremy and Jacob Roloff and Jeremy's wife, Audrey Roloff. She expressed her gratitude, saying, "Here I am with my bookends Jeremy and Jacob, two amazing fine young men. Hung out with Chris, my boys, a few of my grandkids, talked with Zach and Molly." Some fans have alluded to Zach's absence being the doing of his wife Tori. For example, one commenter, at Price 5,169, expressed this by writing, "Zach wasn't allowed to see Ya, or he has a grudge against the boys to sick." Coming from a tight-knit family, Zach's relationship with his parents appeared strong in Little People, Big World's earlier seasons, even though Zach and his father sometimes clashed about how to run the farm. Their disagreements didn't go further than that. Their relationship seemed to thrive with Zach and Tori living close to Matt and fiancée Karen Chandler, while his other siblings sought out different ventures. However, everything spilled over when it became clear to Zach that his father wasn't selling the family farmhouse. This would ultimately lead to the feud between Matt and Zach. Even with the divorce between Amy and Matt, the family has since moved forward with their lives. With many of his siblings already stepping away from Little People, Big World, Zach seemed to be sticking it out with his father and his own family, running the farm together. His relationship with his mom, Amy, doesn't appear to be strained. Although his family has moved hours away to Washington, it seems as though Zach keeps in contact with Amy and vice versa. Fans of Little People, Big World have seen the Roloff kids grow up and start their own families. The family has faced many ups and downs on the reality show. Although their relationships have weathered the storms of some of these setbacks, the feud between Zach and Matt doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Hopefully, the two can come to an understanding soon, for the sake of the entire family. Amy Roloff has endured ups and downs in Little People, Big World, but she's exhibiting signs of having a big ego after Little People, Big World Season 25. The Roloff family matriarch has been heavily featured in the series alongside her ex-husband, Matt Roloff, and their children, Zach Roloff, Jeremy Roloff, Molly Roloff, and Jacob Roloff. After nearly 2 decades, the Roloff children have grown up, started their own families, and moved on to new chapters in their lives. While much of the current drama centers on Zach and Tori Roloff's feud with Matt, Amy's stirring the pot. Amy and Matt's marriage, which lasted nearly 30 years, ended in divorce in 2016. As part of their divorce settlement, Matt purchased Amy's share of Roloff Farms. This legal transaction marked a significant change, as Amy was no longer a co-owner of the farm that had been a central part of the family. Following their separation, Matt started dating Karen Chandler, who had been working at the farm for over a decade. Their relationship became public in early 2017, and the pair has since gotten engaged. Amy, meanwhile, got married to Chris Merrick in August 2021. Amy hasn't been shy about putting Matt down before and after their divorce, which could be a sign that she has a big ego. Her snarkiness towards Matt was evident in her reactions to his decisions about Roloff Farms, as depicted in Little People, Big World Season 25. Amy, who shares a long and complex history with Matt, expressed her disappointment over Matt's choice to turn their family home into a short-term rental. Despite acknowledging that it makes business sense, Amy's remarks reflect her personal dismay and subtle criticism. According to Us Weekly, Amy maintained her composure but revealed her true feelings in a preview clip when she asked her husband to deal with Matt face-to-face. "I don't ask him about those things," referring to the farm. She added, "You can do that, not me." Amy's frustration was palpable, and she shaded Matt in the process. Matt often deserves to get dragged, as Amy's snarky comments are rooted in her dissatisfaction with Matt's handling of family affairs. However, Amy might think she's above criticism due to her massive ego. Chris and Amy seem like a happy couple, but she might be naive about his intentions. He doesn't respect her as much as he claims to, as Chris was caught gossiping about Amy with Matt in season 25. Despite claiming that he and Matt didn't talk about Amy, Chris admitted they had discussed her, even complaining about the things she did that he didn't like. This was a sign that Chris might be using his relationship with Amy and her past with Matt to gain attention on the show and increase his prominence. However, some fans disliked Chris before the latest Little People, Big World season. Chris transitioned from a lifelong bachelor persona to settling down with Amy quite quickly. When the pair got married, Chris made a bizarre Facebook status change, saying he had given up his player badge for Amy. There were even questions about Chris' sexuality and the speed at which he moved from self-proclaimed single man to a family man. These aspects all suggest Chris could be using Amy for clout, though they would 3 years ago. It's normal for a reality TV star of nearly 2 decades to enjoy fame, but Amy seems to relish her notoriety a little too much. The Roloff family matriarch is active on Instagram, boasting 1.5 million followers on the platform. In her bio, she provides a shopping and retail profile and advertises a link to Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. While it's unclear whether Little People, Big World will return for another season, she's capitalizing on her fame any way she can. There are clearly problems in the Roloff family, evidenced by Zach and Tori's unwillingness to connect with either of their parents. However, Amy posts as if nothing is wrong, even though Zach didn't acknowledge Mother's Day. She is constantly advertising her kitchen business, posting about cooking, and taking event speaker gigs. Amy has appeared on reality TV for nearly 20 years, and it's evident that her ego has ballooned over the years. She has positioned herself as a person who profits nearly entirely off of her fame, as her recipes aren't anything special. Amy was notorious for her bossy personality on Little People, Big World. Matt even called Amy a dictator in season 25, saying in the episode that Amy can cross that line from micromanager to dictator quicker than me. While an extreme comparison, there's no denying that Amy is a formidable woman when she wants to be in charge. As Matt accused her of being a tyrant, Amy stepped up as the leader, asserting her decisions when Matt, Karen, and Chris were struggling to finalize plans for a big event. Amy's usual approach, while efficient, highlights her authoritative style, which Matt had grown accustomed to. Despite Matt's criticism, Chris and Karen appeared supportive of Amy's leadership. Amy might be bossy, but she always got the job done, and this event was no different. However, maintaining a consistently bossy persona is indicative of her big ego and not trusting anybody but herself. Matt and Amy's history as ex-spouses always adds a layer of complexity, as does the presence of Karen and Chris. Their interactions often involve bickering and snarky comments, making the collaborative process difficult. While her management style might come off as too harsh and dominating, it ensured that necessary decisions were made promptly, highlighting the importance of having a strong leader. On the flip side, Amy doesn't do well when she's not allowed to be in charge. Matt has taken the brunt of negativity in the aftermath of Little People, Big World season 25, but Amy has a big ego too. Her inability to relinquish the reins in leadership situations, snarkiness towards Matt, and lust for fame all indicate her head has gotten a little too big since her first appearance on the show. While Amy is ultimately more likable than Matt, fame has made both of them